What's up everyone, we're doing things a little bit different today. If you know my channel, then you'll know that basically all of my content is always fully edited and scripted. Today I am just sat here with my microphone plugged into the PlayStation, so if this sounds too crappy then you'll never hear it anyway. The reason I'm doing this is because we don't need anything flashy today, just a very quick explanation of 2B's analysis mechanic. So this mechanic can definitely be compared to Zasalamel's curse, which gives him time stop moves. Zasalamel gets 1, 2 or 3 curses and he can spend any of them at any time on some of his moves, either 1, 2 or 3. 2B's is different in that her analysis points goes up to 9. She can get more than 1, she can get 1, 2 or 3 depending on which move she hits with, and she needs all 9 to be able to spend them to get the reward. But unlike Zasalamel's, hers build up between rounds. So where with Zasalamel you kind of feel the pressure to spend curses once you gain them, with 2B you can play the long game for, you know, to cash out on a big reward later on in the set. When you gain analysis points with 2B, you're going to see this yellow flash as well as that audio cue. And when you get full analysis points, you'll get an audio cue from the pod.
Analysis complete.
That one that you hear there. Once you've heard this audio cue, you have 9 analysis points. You can't get more than 9. And once you have them, some of your moves become lethal hit launchers. So what this does is it basically strengthens her toolkit and allows for immediate launchers from moves that are balanced around not being launchers in the first place, so they might be extremely fast, this move being 16 frames for instance, or they could also be combo extenders. We'll get into that in a minute. So for now, let's get into the moves that give her analysis points and how many they give. The moves that give 1 analysis point on hit are the right side throw, while rising K with a slight hold, 3K with a slight hold, and 6KK. Those are the moves that give 1 analysis point on hit. The moves that give 2 analysis points on hit are her 6-6 A plus G command throw, aerial leap AAK. Now this, you basically are going to access this from her 3B launcher, so that's AAK, and that gives her 2 analysis points. 4K, while rising K with a full hold. Note that this doesn't combo, so this isn't an actual combo on hit, so doing the slight hold version is going to be much more usable in most situations, even though it only gives you 1. The same with 3K, which is the same move. With a full hold it gives you 2 analysis points, but it isn't natural on hit. And the last 2 examples are 6KK hold, which also rings out as we just found out, and 6BK. And you get 3 analysis points, and these are going to be fairly rare, off of jumping K and 4K hold. So at that point there isn't that much more to explain. A lot of these moves have different utility. If you've watched my block punishment guide for 2B, you'll already know that this is a 16 frame block punisher and that this is a 18 frame block punisher. So these are definitely usable moves. One thing to note is that usually you're going to be giving up some kind of damage or frame advantage, etc. to gain analysis points. For instance, if you're in a situation where you have a 16 frame block punisher to use, you can use 4K and that will give you your 22 damage and some plus frames and your 1 or 2 analysis points. I can't remember right now. It is two analysis points on this. But you can also choose to do 4K hold, which remains natural. It does 4 points more damage, and it does also give you a ring out and a wall splat. I have already shown this in my block punishment video. But it does essentially show you that on a lot of these options, the same thing with 6BK, you can do 6BK hold, get more damage and a knockdown and wall splat and ring out potential. So you do often give up some damage potential to gain these analysis points for a big payout later. For instance, as well, off of her 3B launcher, you can do something like AAB, which will give you 61 damage, as opposed to AAK, which gives you 56, as well as your analysis points. So, which moves become lethal hit launchers when she has 9 analysis points? Well, there are only 3 of them. And once again, it also has something to do with 4K and 6BK essentially being the same move. So if we gain 4 analysis points here like that, 4K will lethal hit launch. So that becomes a 16 frame launcher. That's 3, 6, 9. 6BK will become a full lethal hit launcher at 18 frames. And you can see that you can probably combo into these with stun, sort of counter hit type combos, where these are fast moves, especially if you can use the 18 frame version there. You're going to add a lot of damage onto a combo and then essentially relaunch them with the lethal hit. And this also counts for the final lethal hit launcher that you gain, which is actually the aerial AAK. Like that. So you essentially, this isn't a combo guide. I don't know the optimal combos off of these yet, but we've seen some crazy stuff on Twitter already. You will essentially be able to do like full combo, stun combo, launch them, or maybe off of a wall combo, you know, 2 wall splats, and then launch them into the air, AAK, with 9 analysis points. You then essentially get another combo on top of that. So 2B has insane combo potential, damage potential, a couple of times in a set when she has those 9 analysis points to spend. Another thing that you can do for massive comeback potential is, if you don't already know, which I'm sure you do, 2B has 2 critical edges. She has her usual one here, which is a 16 frame move, which is strong for block and whiff punishing. But she also has, when she's on low life, she can spend a bar for her self-destruct critical edge. If you haven't already seen it, then I'm obviously showing it now. This does insane damage, and it also basically takes 2B herself down to almost no health. But in an actual match, you can only access this when you're on low health anyway. So one thing that you can do for that massive comeback potential, and note that it does spend all of your analysis points and a bar of meter, and it's going to damage yourself, even though, like I've just mentioned, in that situation it won't be too relevant because you're already on low health, so the damage you do to your opponent is going to be much more relevant. You can combo these 4K, 6BK lethal hits at least straight into the self-destruct critical edge. Once again, I don't know if this is going to be optimal, but it does do huge damage, so it wouldn't surprise me, and it does give you massive comeback potential. So just check this out.
I will fulfill my mission. Do it.
Firing gravity control shell.
$123 damage from an 18 frame move. That's pretty good, and you know, it's essentially half the health bar, and so being able to pull that out at the cost of 9 analysis points and a bar of meter gives you access to the kind of comeback potential that a lot of characters don't have, in a situation where doing 123 damage to your opponent is going to be worth it when you're already in guts territory with low health. that's always going to be worth it if you can spend that there, especially if it's going to kill them when they're at almost half health. That's just a round that you statistically weren't supposed to win, that you just took. And once again, there could be much more optimal things that we can do with these. This is still only less than a day and a half into 2B's release, so I thought I'd just explain the mechanic itself, and we can continue to delve into and optimize the mechanic as the week and the weeks progress. So I think that's it for me today. If you enjoyed this explanation of 2B's analysis mechanic and how you can use this to really optimize her damage potential, then give me a like, comment and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll be back with more videos soon. I think what's next for me is going to be covering more of the big nerfs from this balance patch. I went over Aswell's nerfs because he had so many, and the people who watched that video really enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to basically do a second video going over all of the major nerfs for the rest of the cast all put together. So yeah, stick around for that. Like I said, like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of tech and combos and things that I find there all the time. So yeah, see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.